I think most problems in life, there is a solution. Not everything can be fixed, and I'm sure some would argue it can. Someone like Jake Humphries, you can imagine him, couldn't you? Oh, there's no such thing in life as problems, only challenges, and I will always find a solution. That's not me. I'll leave that for the so-and-sos, the candidates on The Apprentice. That's the type of thing they would say, isn't it? A show which I applied for just over 10 years ago. But if the shoe fits and all that. However, I'm a great believer that when things go wrong, for whatever reason, you can often turn it into a good thing. And that's how I'm looking at this current period we're in at West Ham. I think Graham Potter has got an opportunity to use this terrible season to do as he wishes in the summer transfer window without much justification. Il a carte blanche, said Jacques Humphries, whoever he may be. But I think Potter can just do as he wants. Now, as we sit here, or stand, or run, whatever you're doing, and I'm looking forward to next season, as in time scale, not excitement, I'm dreading it. But that's because I'm looking at West Ham today and fast forwarding to West Ham in August. But there's 3 months difference. There's a summer transfer window. Well, there's 2 summer transfer windows difference because of the Club World Cup. Don't panic. It's only like 10 days or something. Pretend there's one big transfer window. And that period is significant. That period is massive. And it presents a lot of opportunity to Graham Potter. Do what you want. Change what you want. Anyone you want to sell, try and sell them. Anyone you want to bring in, bring them in. Because the last summer transfer window with Lopetegui, the summer transfer window before that with David Moyes, Tim Steidten was here. So Moyes and Lopetegui couldn't bring in who they wanted. They could have a say. They could say, excuse me, can I have that player? But ultimately, Scarf Man had the final say. Well, Potter doesn't have Scarf Man here. He's got Keyboard Man. But that's his mate. So Potter can basically sell who he wants and bring in who he wants. And that's a huge opportunity. And I'm guilty of just assuming that this West Ham today is going to kick off next season in August. And I think that's what's making me dread next season. But I think it's also because I'm perhaps assuming that the summer transfer windows are going to be tricky. So I'm looking for hope. I'm clinging for hope. And I think sometimes there can be a bit of a misconception that people assume other people want to be negative. I see it all the time. That if people are feeling miserable about West Ham, other people think it's because you want to be miserable. I just like to assume everyone wants to be positive about West Ham. Everybody wants to be excited. And I want to. And the summer transfer windows usually give me excitement. We're bringing in players that either I like or I don't know and I'm looking forward to discovering. And sometimes players that I don't really want, but they come in and I usually get excited anyway. Just what happens when it comes to transfers. So there's a period on the horizon that could hopefully get my hopes up for next season. And it comes down to Potter and Keyboard Man. That sounds like a crap new film on Harry Potter, isn't it? The latest Harry Potter book doesn't sound very good, does it? Potter and Keyboard Man. There you go, JK, you can have that one for free. So I'm looking for nuggets of hope to cling to, and I am clinging to it, and I'm probably going, ironically, going too far positive in the sense that when I see us linked to a player that I like, I think, oh yeah, come on, get him in. That can make a difference. But I do believe, and I've always believe this, that we can change the midfield at West Ham in the summer. It will make a significant difference next season. We could go from 17 to 16. But being serious, it needs addressing. And it's my biggest issue, my biggest concern. So this week when I seen an article that Potter is planning to bring in at least 2 new central midfielders, I was happy. I was delighted. I was get in. And it started specifically mentioning that he's looking for a number 8, so box-to-box midfielder. For people like Gonzo doesn't like the new terminology in football, like the half space. A number 8, just a guy that goes from one box to the other box. He gets about the pitch. He's athletic. He's got a lot of energy. That's your number 8. Can travel with the ball. That type of player. Number 8. So when I seen Potter is looking for one of those, get in. Because that's what we don't have right now. We do not have one of those at the club. Then I've seen some of the names. Some I've never heard of. One I've heard of. Literally one I've heard of. That wouldn't be my first choice. There's some I would like. And don't worry, that series is coming. I'm just saving it for the summer. Because, you know, we need to talk about something over the summer transfer window. Psst, don't we? But anyway, let's take a look at the rumours. Now, the player that we've heard of is Dewsbury Hall of Chelsea. Obviously had a really good season last season under Maresca with Leicester City in the Championship. One of the best players in the Championship. Went to Chelsea, almost felt like they were just buying someone that played well under Maresca for the sake of it. But he's only started 2 games in the Premier League this season. Usually mainly been used in the Conference League, as Chelsea are steamrolling their way to the final by the looks of it. I mean, I'm lukewarm with this one. He's not a bad player. He just wouldn't be my first choice. Dewsbury Hall's someone that I'd either like on loan, so we bring in other midfielders as well, so he's there. It's like a safety net. That's what he is. Dewsbury Hall is my safety net option. So if we can get him on loan, great. I don't think we did the best work with the loan market this season. I was happy when we signed Ferguson, but what was the point? And Carlos Soler, what was the point in that one? So I would like to see us be a little bit more clever with the loan market. We kind of move early. I think the relegated teams did better business than we did in the loan market this season. So Dewsbury Hall on loan I'd be all for. Or waiting until, try and get your main targets, try and get other players. But if come the start of August, you've not got anyone in, I guess you could call it a panic buy, I suppose, but I'll call it my safety net option. He's not a bad player, 26 years of age, homegrown as well, but he's hardly the most inspiring signing. But I'll tell you what, he brings energy to the midfield, and I'd prefer him to some of our current midfielders at the club as well. Right then, today's video is sponsored by Surfshark. Potter needs a new midfield. Do you need a new VPN? It helps keep your devices safe from bad people on the internet. But my favourite thing about this is changing the location. I did it quite a lot when I first got it, it was fun. I'm in America. I'm in Ukraine. I don't know. Go wherever you want on your device. It's fun. But that's what you can do with just a few simple clicks. You go into Surfshark, click on your location, you just click where you want your device to be, and your device goes there. Not physically, just geolocation changes to that location. So you can access things on YouTube, for example, that you perhaps couldn't in your current country. So you sit in your seat, you don't even move, your phone basically goes on a virtual holiday, and you can access content over from that country. It's magic, and I like it. More magic than Potter and the keyboard man. I'll tell you that for free. Anyway, speaking of free, we've got 4 months free for you. You go to surfshark.com/hammerschat, put that into your URL bar, or use the link in description or the pinned comments of this video. The offer is automatically loaded if you use our link. You will get 4 months free for Surfshark VPN. Plus, you've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you don't like it, you change your mind after 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever, you can get a full refund, no questions asked, and you only need one account for unlimited devices. So while Potter doesn't have unlimited funds, you have unlimited devices on one account. Surfshark.com/hammerschat. I nearly said you've got unlimited accounts there. You don't. You've only got one account. Unlimited devices. Right then, Frendrup, Genoa midfielder. Never heard of him, so I went looking. Well, actually, that's a lie. I thought, I felt like I knew this name. I've seen it, and I thought, why does this name feel familiar? But there was nothing being triggered, so I went and watched him on Scout, not YouTube. I'm not watching a highlights package that some geezers put together with dance music. Oh yeah, good tackle, mate. Yeah, good pass. None of that. It's on Scout, listening to Italians singing as I watched him chasing back and putting tackles in, to be honest with you. But I remembered why I know the name. We were linked to him last summer. So maybe Keyboard Man has found Scarf Man's pink book, one for the old subscribers on Hammers Chat in terms of how long they've been subscribed, not because they're Gonzo's age. Frendrup, so Genoa, we were linked to him a year ago. Apparently we had a bid rejected for him. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But we're back in for him again, apparently. 24 years old, £17 million. Now, there's been a lot of rumours that we don't have much money. And this is where I just want to add a little bit of context, because on the video I did the other day with us being linked to other players, someone said, you've been telling us we've got no money. I have not been doing that. Other people have. I've been discussing it because we're a fan channel, and I don't believe it. We will have money to spend this summer. I'm confident. I don't think we'll have 200 million. I don't even think we'll have 100 million. But I don't know, 40, 50 million pound net spend. I fully expect that. And if not, there's something seriously wrong at the club. But the players that we've been linked to quite a lot this week is actually quite low cost. 17 million, 5 million, 11 million. Those players are coming up. It's not big bucks that we're looking to spend if these rumours are to be true. But in regards of Frendrup, I have to say, he looked good on the clips I was watching. Looked quite quick, very aggressive, got about the pitch really well. But I started to have a look at his numbers, and I've got a couple here for you. So this is a bit of a roundup, an overview of Frendrup's statistics compared to other midfielders in the top 5 leagues of European football, including the Champions League as well. And as you can see, his defensive statistics is fantastic. His tackles, he's up in the 87th percentile. Interceptions, he's in the 86th. And blocks, he's in the 91st. Then clearances, he dips a little bit down to 83rd. And aerial duels, aerials 49. So he's in the middle for his heading. But defensive statistics in midfield is fantastic. So I decided to go one further, because you can get a bit more detail in the statistics. So these are his defensive statistics broken down. So you can see there his tackles and tackles won. And then you can see where he's doing the tackles as well. In the attacking third, he's in the 99th percentile. So the top 1% of midfielders in Europe's top 5 leagues. He's in the top 1% for tackles in the final third of the pitch. Middle third, he's in the 90th. So he's making a lot of them, as we've established. But they're actually in the middle and final third. So he's not sitting on the edge of his box, just putting his foot in there. You can see there that his dribblers tackled is good. His dribblers challenged is good. Maybe not so much as challengers lost. That's not great. But you go down to the next category. You've got blocks. And then his shots and passes blocked. Really strong in both. Then you've got his interceptions, clearances, errors, literally 0.00. I am curious, I've literally just noticed this. How can you be 0.00 and in the 87th percentile, not like the 99th? Maybe there's that many players on 0.00, that's why the top... He's still be in the top... I don't know. I don't know how it works. Anyway, he's not done any errors, but he's still not the best in Europe at it. Some players have done -1 error. That's impressive, isn't it? Frendrup, the more I watched him, the more I liked him. Now, I always say for statistics, you need context, but I can't apply the context, because I think in order to do that, you need to have watched Genoa play. Not done it. Now, obviously, there's a West Ham player here, Maxwell Cornet, on loan at Genoa. So you do think, is there a deal? Well, whilst he started brightly, went over there, 6 games, 2 goals, 1 assist. He unsurprisingly got injured, and he's been out for the rest of the season. So he played 6 games, got injured, and he's not been seen since. So I'm not sure they'll be keen on signing Cornet on a permanent transfer. But he's 17 million or 20 million, and they'll take Cornet. Anyway, the next one, this is a fun one. Rodrigo Huescas. 21-year-old Copenhagen right back. Don't know why we'd be looking at right backs, but at 5 million... Maybe. The funny thing with this report was we've been watching him for months. We've been scouting him for months. Then we went to watch Copenhagen play Brøndby. He came off the bench, and that's convinced us to go ahead and buy him. So anyway, I went about my research. Who is this guy? Watching footage of him. He looks all right in the footage, but it's hard to... Frendrup had a lot more convincing footage. You can watch him play 90 minutes if you want, whereas... Huescas, it's a bit more bitty. So I don't have an opinion on him as a player. But whilst doing my research, I found this. Now, this is on Copenhagen's official website. And it was done just 2 days ago, on the 6th of May. Rodrigo Huescas was convicted of reckless driving in Copenhagen City Court. Rodrigo has had his driver's license revoked, his car confiscated. He will be fined. And he's got to serve 20 days in prison without parole. Now, I've had a look at the rest of the report and whatever. He's going to jail. So the player that we're after is off to prison, albeit for only 20 days, but he's got to go to jail for 20 days because of his driving. At least if Antonio goes this summer, we've still got a chauffeur for next season at West Ham. But there are a lot of talk that he's going to have to leave Copenhagen because of what he's done, because of that driving offence. He may have to get out the country, so to speak. So perhaps West Ham's got wind of this and thought, hello, opportunity, get him on a bit of a cheap. I don't know. I'm just giving you what I've read on the official Copenhagen website. Karim Kanate, Red Bull Salzburg striker, 21 years old, a Will Salthouse client. Now, I use that in jest, but Will Salthouse, his company's massive. He's got a lot of players on there, so you're always going to get linked to a Will Salthouse player. And we're seeing this report. Now, I've not watched Salzburg for a few seasons. About 4 or 5 years ago, I used to watch a bit of Salzburg. I used to enjoy watching them, thought they played good football, but I don't anymore. So anyway, I thought, let's go about my business and research Kanate. I thought, hang on, he's not really played much. He'd done his ACL in November. We're being linked to a player who, and that's it, link. It doesn't mean we're actually after him. But supposedly we are after someone who's out for the rest of the season and did his ACL in November. I think we can put a cross through that one, can't we? Moving on to his teammate, though, Mamadou Diamambu. 22-year-old defensive midfielder. I've just been watching footage of him. He didn't look as impressive, despite being he looked quite tall. He had a big stride, but looked quite slow, actually. He was constantly behind the attacking midfielder, which is not what you want from your defensive midfielder. But I do not have an opinion of him. All the players I'm mentioning in this video, by the way, a link to their transfer market profile is in the description below. So if I butchered their names and you want to have a look, go check it out. Now, I've been linked to loads of names recently. I'm just handpicking a few. But the last one is Mathias Kvistgaarden, who plays for Brøndby. Now, as we've already established, we had scouts at the Brøndby Copenhagen game. 23-year-old striker and got 25 goals. 11 million is the price tag. And it's a name, again, I'm half familiar with because Celtic are linked quite strongly to him. But it's 11 million, obviously, to West Ham. We are thinking, that's all right. That's pretty cheap. To Celtic, it's a lot of money. But that's how I know the name. Nevertheless, I thought just go and have a little look at him, see what you think. Good finisher, quite small. I think he's 5'9", still taller than Gonzo. Shorter than me though. So he's 5'9", looks quite quick. Plays on the last shoulder of defence. Is utilised across the front three completely. While he's predominantly a centre forward, a lot of his games this season he's been playing on the left hand side of a front three as well. Not necessarily a bad thing, having that player that's versatile. Now, as I've always alluded to, at Brighton, Potter liked players that could play 2 or 3 positions, and he would sometimes squeeze players into positions that perhaps isn't naturally their role. As you know, Matthew discussed in his the best 8 games he's seen under Potter, he had a back 3, which included Cucurella and Veltman, a left back and a right back, playing centre back. So maybe on that one, I'm not going to cross that one out like I have done with Kanate because he's injured. So anyway, that's some of the transfers. I say that is all the transfers round up. It's not. It's only some of them. But Potter wants 2 new central midfielders. At least that's the phrase as well. At least 2 new central midfielders. Oh, please be true, because I'm screaming out for new ones. Out of all the ones being linked with, I don't have an opinion on any, although Frendrup looks interesting. If you know any of the players we mentioned, though, and you've got an opinion, get in the description below. Let me know. Dewsbury Hall, you've definitely got an opinion on. Don't be shy. Give me your thoughts. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone for yesterday's video. Tim's fan cam discussing Potter and Jared Bowen, because sometimes the comment section can be quite spiky. And when someone sends in a fan cam for the first time, I wince a little bit. I think, I hope they're not going to get slagged off. Disagree is one thing, and I know people, if you've disagreed with him, this isn't about you. People can disagree and have a debate, but there are people that just go too far and they'll call them a so-and-so and this, that and the other because their opinions don't match. It's always blown my mind, really. But the comments yesterday on Tim's video were fantastic. Loads of people got involved. Even with people that disagreed with him were very kind to Tim and said, well done doing the video. I disagree with you because XYZ. Fantastic. That's what the comment section should be. People having healthy debate about West Ham. I like it. Anyway, I'm off. If you've enjoyed this video, please do drop a like on it. Subscribe to YouTube, Hammers Chat. Fingers crossed, Potter and Keyboard Man can come up with a couple of decent midfielders for next season. I'll catch you in a bit.